There is a really weird sound coming from my desktop. I really hope you guys can't hear that, but and my closet door is cracked again. There's something they're not telling us. Anyways, my name is Save Robbie, and this channel is Save Robbie Rants. And on this channel, this is one of my backup channels, but on this channel, I'm turning it, steering it more towards focusing towards talking about movies, books, TV shows, celebrities, all that kind of fun stuff. And on this one, of course, I'm going to be talking about the Sex and the City reboot. And just like that, which I thought was going to be like all 10 episodes like uploaded at once so you could just binge, but I'm actually really happy that I discovered that they're putting one out each week, which is really nice on HBO Max. And I've actually really been enjoying it. I'm up to it's up to episode 6 right now, and I wanted to just go over the cast of characters and kind of the new ones that they added in place to replace Samantha. um, and I feel like there's one that really kind of reminds me of Samantha, but of course, you're not going to replace her with somebody else that reminds you exactly of her. But there are qualities. And then there's a couple characters that I'm hoping they're not as bland, but I believe that there's only going to be 10 episodes in the first season. And I really hope there's a second season. And they've only got 4 more episodes to kind of step up the game with some of the characters. So gather around and we'll talk about it. No, no, chance, chance, no, no, dance, no, chance, no, dance, no, chance, give me second chances. That's so cool! I won! Yay! Ow! Ow! Okay, so as you guys know, if you followed Sex and the City, which I have watched the entire series 2 times and the movies, a bunch of times. So basically, without Samantha returning, they do great. The main 3 core cast, Carrie, Charlotte, and Miranda. Miranda's always been my favorite, and she still is in this season. She's just Miranda, and she's awesome. But they all are awesome, and of course, you have that void where you're kind of like, okay, well, what are they going to do about having that spunky type, crazy type person like Samantha on the show? Um, I feel like they kind of gave each one of these characters, Carrie, Charlotte, and Miranda, kind of their own Samantha, if you will, in a sense. They kind of gave them each a new character to add to the show, to add as main characters, I'm guessing. But before I get into them, I want to get into this character right here. This is Carrie's boss. Now, I'm not going to give any spoilers, but I am going to say that Carrie does work like on a podcast, and this is like one of her co-hosts on the podcast and her boss. Um, I believe the character's name is pronounced Shay Diaz, played by an actress called sorry, Sarah Ramirez. Sarah Ramirez. Sorry about that. Now, this character from the get-go, I'm going to say I did not really like until something recent in one of the episodes happened between her and one of the other characters that kind of intrigued me a little bit. So she came off a little bit cocky. I think that's maybe why I didn't like her as much. But I judged too soon. So still waiting for her character to become a little bit more likable. I don't really know where they're going to go with her, if they're going to make her regular, obviously, because she's Carrie's boss. But I really don't know what they're trying to aim us to think of this character. But so far, didn't really like her that much, but we'll see what happens, because something really crazy just kind of happened between her and another character. And I did not like it happening, but it added a little spunk into her character. So I'll say that, and I'll give her a chance because, I don't want to be a dick. Anyways, let's get into this character next. Now, this is, I'm guessing, like Charlotte's version of Samantha, which I thought when I saw the advertisements for the show, I really thought that this character, who's played by an actress named, sorry, uh, oh my God, what's her name? Nicole. Well, okay, so in the show, her name is Lisa Todd Wexley, is her character name, and you're gonna have to forgive me because I'm not I it's not ringing a bell with the actress's name. Nicole something, and I apologize. I apologize. Now, in the previews, this actress kind of comes off, she kind of looks like she would play a Samantha type character, but her character is really uh, innocent. Like, I don't know what to think of her yet because there's not much. They haven't really done a lot with this character, to be honest. I'm not going to give, again, spoilers or anything, but she's Charlotte's friend, and there's nothing really super exciting so far about this character, which I'm hoping will change because I like this actress and I like her character. There's just not anything, I guess, scandalous, dramatic, anything really so far. She's just kind of a character they've thrown into the show, in my opinion, so far. But that could change. I do like her, but she's just like she's kind of got Charlotte's personality in the sense of like being sweet and kind of I don't know innocent and stuff. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Maybe they're just setting us up for something really crazy dramatic to happen. Now let's move on to Miranda's little uh Samantha, so to speak. And sorry I keep calling them Samanthas. It's just like this is like their new friends. So this is a professor that works in I don't want to say any spoilers, but she is Miranda's new friend. I really like this character. I really like the actress. She kind of reflects Miranda's personality a little bit in the sense of being. I've always loved Miranda for being, pardon my French, a bitch, in a good way. And this character kind of is, blunt, and she's a good match as far as being Miranda's friend. Her name is Dr. Naya Wallace, played by an actress called Karen Pittman. Um, and I kind of thought they were going in a different direction with her. And again, I'm not going to give spoilers, but her storyline that she has, I really like where they're going with it. And I'm interested to see where they go with it. But she has her own life and kind of seeks Miranda a little bit for venting or advice, and I'm just really interested to see where it goes. Now, of course, the absence of Kim Cattrall as Samantha, really, I thought I would miss her a lot more than I do. I'm not going to say how they address her if you haven't seen it yet, and how they kind of bring her character into the show and out of the show, but I like the way that they did that. And Samantha was one of my favorites besides I mean, I love all of them, but Miranda and Samantha were my favorites. Um, but they really make the show work without her. And I didn't think that I would really like that. However, they really do. And so it'd be nice if she came back one day, but I'm pretty sure that's never going to happen. um, okay. So, with her absence, I feel like the character that most reminds me of Samantha, but has her own just personality, and I freaking love this new character. This is kind of like, I feel like this is the character that truly fills that Samantha void. And this character's name is Seema, played by Sarita Chowd. I'm sorry. I'm kind of looking back on Google for the actresses' names, but at least you get the character's name. Seema is a real estate agent of Carrie's, and they build a friendship. I'm not going to give any spoilers about how they meet or anything like that. But I really like the relationship between the two. Reminds me a lot of the relationship between her and Samantha. This character is not so far promiscuous like Samantha was or anything, but she has her attitude, her confidence. As far as her dating life, kind of reminds me of that, but in a more toned back way. Very stylish, funny character, and this is my favorite new character, hands down. She's just fantastic. So now let's get to one of the characters that he started filming the actor Willie Garson, who plays Stanford, Carrie's best friend, really, has passed away, and in real life, and they're kind of they addressed it in the show, but I think it was so maybe a quick that it happened that they weren't prepared, and I could only imagine. So they touch on it in the show. I hope they touch a little bit more in a more respectful way, because I don't know. I feel like it was kind of like brushed to the side, but I'm sure they'll address it a little bit more. Um, of course, there's lots of rumors going around about Carrie and Mr. Big and all that, but you will see for yourself what they do. They address that pretty quickly. Again, out of these three new characters, I really do like the three new characters they added. Again, the one on the far left, I really hope they do something interesting with her character, because I really like her, but all three of them are fantastic. But again, Seema, she is just like, she's awesome. So if you haven't thought about, like, if you're like, oh no, I don't want to watch Sex in the City, and now they're not even calling it Sex in the City, and Samantha's not there, so the chemistry isn't there. But I'm telling you, the chemistry between these three, like, is still, it's really good. And it's enjoyable. And I really hope that the show can, I mean, this show really could go forever. And they're kind of addressing age a lot in it. Because obviously, they're not going to look young forever. And I really like a lot of the scenes. Like, there's some of the scenes where I'm looking at them and I'm like, they didn't really dress up for this scene, did they? But I think they do that intentionally, like, as we age and as we get older, we're not going to look perfect. And of course, as women in the show, that's addressed, and I like the way that they are addressing it. There's a really big twist with a character that I've loved for a while, and you'll see that. And so far, the storyline, it's not, I thought I was going to watch it and kind of be like, okay, speed it up, or kind of worried or cringing for them to see, like, rooting for them so that there is another season. But I'm not really worried about it, because it's enjoyable. It feels exactly like Sex in the City should feel. I wish they would have just kept it Sex in the City, but I mean, the name really doesn't matter to me as long as the characters and the storyline's still there, which it is. And I'm really excited to see what happens in these next, I believe there's going to be 10 episodes in this first season. So I'm really excited to see what happens in that. If you enjoy my reviews that I'm starting to do over here, please like and subscribe. And if you're interested in my main channel, Save Robbie, the link will be in the description and pinned in the comments. And I will keep you up to date on this. And I'm going to see Scream. If you're following my Scream video, I'm going to see that on Friday. And I'm so excited. And unfortunately, I did spoil it. I do know what happens, because I ended up on an autoplay playlist on YouTube, and it was a spoiler review of Scream. So I know pretty much everything that happens, but I'm still very excited to see it. And no, I'm not going to spoil it for you. But until next time, I'm Save Robbie, and I will see you next time. Bye. No chance, no